not gonna be surviving for the time being. Repositioning of the pack is kind of slow. Oh my god.
A tank! Okay, that was pretty precise. Did you see the sniper?
I actually did. Was the Sherman trying to maneuver out of the buildings or something? Because
I don't know. It just went there with the camera and saw the sniper going down. Was it an accident?
Most probably that was a heavy loss for the Wehrmacht player, and the only pack gun is gonna be decrewed by the tank. And what would be the course of action for the Wehrmacht player this time around? The American player has lost a lot of infantry squads, however he has 2 Crocodile Shermans on the field, and veterancy level 2 with no punches reckon is not helping the Wehrmacht player at all. Has he started building another pack or something?
Yeah, almost done. Blitzkrieg would have been a choice to get at least tanks, but we are defense now.
Defensive, of course, has the ability to build a flak in the end of the tree, but it's still that's gonna be a little bit late. Second pack, veterans level 2 for the Crocodile Sherman, and if that pack is gonna be circle strafed and decrewed as the first one, things are gonna be looking quite grim for the Wehrmacht player. However, we have the first pack.
Action, back in action again. Well, with all these infantry I can recrew my T-guns over and over and over, but I need a new mat bunker. And on the right hand side, the last man, dead.
On the right hand side we had, what was that, a False squad? Or a Grenadier squad?
No, just folks.
Well, it's still a squad loss, and 80 guns continue to be decrewed by the Crocodiles. Is that Crocodile gonna be down? Going down?
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, now the second one.
Yeah,
you're almost beaten. Go home.
That was a Panzerfaust, and the 80 gun turns and destroys the second Crocodile. I would say that was a win for the Wehrmacht player. And despite the fact that there is an M18 Hellcat on the field, that Hellcat is not gonna be effective against infantry or the 80 gun of the Wehrmacht player.
Does not even have the MG on top. Overextended just a little bit. If he had pulled out, it had been a big win for the US.
Yeah, I think that myself, sending both these Crocodiles into the Wehrmacht player's base and not accounting for some Fausts in the mid of the action there that actually destroyed the engine in one of the Crocs and resulted in it going down as well as the first one. And now following it up with a Hellcat, I'm not so sure about that choice. However, still a point to make is that the map is in the hands of the American player. The victory point situation is in favor of the American player, standing at 475 against 160 at the 20 minute 17, 18, 19 second mark. And the Wehrmacht player will have to push for the victory points, I guess, or try to hold down the territory that he already has as good as he can. He needs to utilize his vetted infantry, and now that he has back his 280 guns, I am guessing his position is much better than before.
Some tank traps would be nice, but capping is pretty much in order right now. Because you don't have any units in the field. Of course I can't know that, but with all this idle infantry I have in my base, I could easily cap half the map.
Actually, that's a good point. You may not have, the complete stats, but the American player has lost a lot of rifleman squads, and if the Wehrmacht player had been paying attention, he should know by now that he has the infantry superiority on the field, and that only MG42 that was previously captured by the American player is not going to be that effective against the bunch of the Wehrmacht infantry squads. And I am seeing a Shrek even on some Grenadiers, so that's even better for the Wehrmacht player as far as his ability to take on the American tanks is concerned.
Yeah, take this, infantry. First Shrek just firing at the engineers.
Yeah, engineers that had to retreat in the east portion of the map, emitting Hellcat following those engineers because it doesn't really gonna be that much effective against Shreks and Grenadiers in a building. Some skirmish in the center of the map. Was that a mortar?
Mortar fire.
Yeah, it was a mortar. Most probably came with the supply drops of the airborne company, since there's, or maybe it was built itself, since there's a weapon support center in the American player's base. And now I think the Wehrmacht player realizes the situation victory point wise, doesn't he?
Now we can see how the left-hand side can be attacked. Maybe not. I thought he would just flank from two sides and throw grenades inside. Since you have cover with all the walls, you can throw grenades over this. And the MG has a tough time.
This MG42, however, is not firing at those grens. So
no, it can't. It's a wall.
There's a wall, and he didn't have sight. However, now
it
does.
Move. No.
So this Grand sooner or later will have to retreat. Sniper also out by the American player. That's going to be actually quite effective against the vetted Wehrmacht infantry. And as we saw before, the Wehrmacht sniper went down to the crocodile and has not been replenished since, right?
You just built a sniper because it was cool, because I built a sniper first. But the veterancy was switched, wasn't it? So these grens have increased health and not veterancy, elite armor. Am I right?
I think, not sure, I think that was for the pioneers only. Or not. Anyway, American sniper going down to the fire of the grens and the half-track. The half-track that probably houses, actually, is that a pioneer squad in the half-track or something like that?
Two.
Grenades have arrived.
Two
one for the front, one for the back, hey! Oh!
Strafe, and once again,
yeah.
This time killing a lot of grens, decrewing them packed
together.
However, once again, the American player had lost rifleman squad in the process. I'm not so sure all those many losses by the American player would surely have cost him the game had it not been for his increased map control. Even some MG emplacements by the American player trying to hold down on the victory points. However, that MG emplacement is going to be
going down, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. There you go.
I'll start making funny noises.
That's my favorite kind of noises. No cap. AT has to go up front. We have to build some mines. I can afford 2 mines, actually. I should.
You do. You're rich. We have even a medic station by the American player, getting back some of the riflemen's casualties, and once again a strafe by the central victory point is not going to be that effective. Grenadiers are still going to be hanging around, capping the victory point. I forgot to mention there's an American HMG team near the northwest.
Getting their faces blown away.
Yeah, near the northwest portion of the map. Some MG42 action against HMG action, I would say, and some flamers in the mix. American player harassing the victory points, and how can you respond at this point? You really have to prioritize the victory points, but if you are facing suppression weapon teams and the strafe, what's gonna be? You need some vehicles.
And the half-track action on the right-hand side is actually pretty good. 2 pioneers in the half-track running around everything. Every suppression weapon and capping 2 points at a time. It's not bad.
That is a good move by the Wehrmacht player, and the American player does not respond with his Hellcat, so that half-track is gonna be fine. And by the way, I had the message pop up, rifleman reformed, so that medic station is actually paying off for the American player.
It's actually the second, I guess. I didn't really pay attention, but feels like the second squad already.
Yeah, well, some minor flanking action going on in the middle of the map. That MG42 is going to be focused fired, and it's going to die. However, the Wehrmacht player has made it his way to the west and now once again tries to hold down the victory point and the strategic sector there.
Yeah, there we go, triple cap. Oh, yeah, almost.
American player has replenished the loss of his sniper. He even has gotten both his supply yard upgrades, so he does not really have a manpower issue. And he has now built an M4 Sherman that makes its way to the west portion of the map. 80 by the Wehrmacht player, still not making an advance towards the center of the field, I would say.
Grenade not killing a sniper. Ow.
And then the sniper killing the whole squad. That was really really bad for the Wehrmacht player. And I'm pretty sure that sniper is going to be fine. Skirmish in the center of the map between riflemen and grenadiers result in the foreman retreating. However, there's still that Sherman around. That needs to be addressed with the help probably of some AT guns. But I don't know, all these buildings and the line of sight being obstructed by the buildings and the maneuverability of the fast American tanks, I'm not so confident about the fate of the Wehrmacht player.
Last tracked guy. Run! Oh, it was close. Yeah, better hide behind the tank.
Yeah, sometimes the pathing and the blocking by the tanks can be quite painful for your squads, even if you retreat them and you have no control over them. Sherman's still around, the medic station still going, sniper has not died, M18 Helkan not really doing much but still being around. Victory point situation in the favor, at least
for the next 20 seconds.
Countdown wise, it is in the favor of the Wehrmacht player, but overall it is in the favor of the American player by a large margin, and I'm not so sure if that's gonna be enough for the Wehrmacht player, who does seem to have kind of stabilized with AT guns, vetted infantry, Shreks, and some half-track action against snipers, but he still cannot address the large map and the mobility of the American player.
Uh-oh, bombing run? Right hand side?
Is that a bombing run? Well,
yeah, take this, medics!
I guess we found out. Yeah, that is gonna be the nail in the coffin, I guess, for the Wehrmacht player. We are currently at the 29-minute 54 second mark. A bike out by the Wehrmacht player in a desperate attempt to kill the American sniper.
Soon to meet the tank. Hello, bike.
That bike has a long road to cover before it can kill the American sniper.
Not quite yet.
And we finally have a
flat 88.
But I would say, and I think you would agree, that this is kind of late.
And in the wrong direction. And a bit forward. It should be built like, I don't know, where the tank is right now, between the planes, yeah, or on the runway maybe.
Yeah, well, probably. I mean, the flag range is insane anyway.
Yeah, and I need a defensive flag covering a victory point, but not the whole map.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, I think what we should be talking about since the replay ended is most probably not the game itself that featured a lot of squad losses by the American player and kind of a not so solid play by the Wehrmacht player until he got his 280 guns up and managed to kill those Shermans. I think the main point to be made here is that this map is actually quite large and quite open for a 1v1 map. What do you think about the map, General Mistake?
Yeah, could as well be a 2v2 if you remove the forests at the corner and put another starting location. It could easily be a 2-on-2 map.
I would dare to say that actually wolf heads might be actually smaller than this map.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Yeah.
I don't know. I just have the feeling that it's quite large, quite open. Flanks are more than easy to pull off, unless the Wehrmacht player goes into a crazy wiring mode and wires everything off and places mine everywhere. And I think that once again we saw that the Wehrmacht player actually, in the beginning of the games, tried to take two portions of the map after the initial capping, and I don't think that that worked out for him that well. Usually with Wehrmacht you need to focus down on one portion of the map
and crawl forward, and I think it's this map is pretty good for defensive if you get to the point with the flags, then your flags will have free reign on this map. But you can't go out and take the whole map, and it just falls apart. It didn't work out. Just focus on the smaller part, like where the last battle had happened now. If you lock down this portion, you can attack the middle VP and the right VP.
Which is actually the right and the middle are actually closer than the middle and the left VP. So it pays off to focus on the east portion of the map because of those two victory points. It's like I would say it's like Lange in that manner, with the north victory point and the central victory point being closer than the central and the south victory point. But that's just a guess. All in all, at least we got to see the new map and whether or not it's a good map. I could reserve judgment because I just have seen one game, but my points still stand. About the play, I don't know. Lots of squads lost by the American player, but that map control that he had, as we saw in the end, was so crucial in getting out all these units and actually not minding losing some infantry squads.
And interesting to note, you can salvage the planes. Did you notice?
No, I didn't. Can you?
Yeah, it looks like you can kill the planes and salvage the wreck. Like the tank wrecks on some other maps.
If you drive over the planes, for example, they are destroyed, and you can. Wow, I didn't notice that.
I think you have to shoot. I think I saw a few planes broken down. I didn't really pay attention if it was shot to pieces during the game or if it was a destroyed plane from the beginning. But I think you can just destroy them and salvage the wreck with an AT gun or something. I don't think you can run over them.
That should be fixed, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, any last comments for the game, German Snake?
Something like if you die in an elevator, make sure to push the up button.
What?
On a completely unrelated note.
Okay, I guess.
Always hoping for the best.
Yeah, I guess that's all for this game. A game on a new map with a vanilla matchup that turned out into some heavy armor play, I would say, and lots of infantry squads going down from the American player side, but still on top of the game and winning it. So I was Armor KG, and along with me was
General Mistake.
And we wish you all the best, and I guess
Happy New Year and stuff.
It's long before us, but anyway, bye everyone.
Bye.